is Major Brian Howard, signing in to a brand new mission. And this one will hopefully be a piece of cake, and will even make history. Yes, folks, in case you don't know, my name is Major Brian Howard. I am a major in the Suvion military, here in the land of Minecraftia. And I was contacted by the Council of Minecraftia to investigate the disappearance of villagers in this village right here, the oldest active village ever. The Village of Netheria. So, while I'm here, might as well get some resources. Hold on, camera's bad. Sorry folks, I just had to adjust my camera. It was bugging out on me for some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, I am here in Netheria, the country of Netheria, which is one of the countries of the body of Minecraftia, which is this large land. And I was contacted by the Council of Minecraftia, which is, I was contacted by them to investigate the disappearance of villagers in this village here. So while I'm gathering these resources, I might as well explain to everybody right now what the Council of Minecraftia is and where I'm from. So I'll explain where I'm from first. So I never once said this in the virus or in Pika Drift, but I am from Suvion, which is a country founded in 1897 by a man named Forge Hartson. He was our founder, and he was supposedly a brilliant man. I wouldn't know. He passed away around the time I was born. I think even before I was born, actually. But I knew his son, Gerald. But I only knew him in his elder years. I gotta grab that one too. Of course I do. So, yeah, that's really all I have about Suvion. There's not much about it anyway, because the country prefers to stay out of trouble. We're not exactly neutral, but we prefer to stay out of trouble. I guess most countries are like that. But, yeah. So I might as well explain what the Council of Minecraftia is. So the Council of Minecraftia is an international intergovernmental organization in the land of Minecraftia. And like I said, Minecraftia is the land that holds all of the it's basically the body that holds all of Minecraftia's known countries: Suvion, Netheria, where I'm at right now, Tetron, and what was that place called? It was what country was that? I was in the country where that were for the virus. What country was that called? I think it was Calyxon, I believe. Is it still called that? I think it's still called that, Calyxon. I don't know, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's still called Calyxon. I'm not entirely sure. And basically, they are. Oh, the way it works is if there's any empty land, which there's still tons of empty land around here. Matter of fact, just about a kilometer that way, there's a whole stream of empty land that belongs to the Council of Minecraftia. It's part of international land, and if you claim any sort of that land, you register it with the Council of Minecraftia. Not everybody does this, which is why we have some countries that are quite against us. Sorokoko is, well, they're trying to become a member, but Well, I guess I'll bring back to Souvion real quick. Ugh, man, I'm not used to doing stuff like this. My apologies, folks. I am not used to doing stuff like this at all. I'm not. I prefer just getting in and exploring and how do I put this? Exploring and just trying to make sure that everything, you know, investigate and see what's going on rather than explain, you know, certain things or whatever. But I would like to justify myself a little bit. So, yeah. So the Council of Minecraftia holds many different countries, apart from I think 3 so far. No, 4. 3 or 4. We don't keep a close eye. We only keep a close eye on one of them, which is a known military, or I guess militia country called Sorokoko. And well, that one hits hard for Souvion. That's very personal for Souvion because apparently our founder, Forge, his wife was from a country called Korbuk. Korbuk was gone. Korbuk was taken over by Sorokoko, I think, in the 1940s. I think it was the 1930s or 40s, and it was a horrible time. Very personal. What was that noise? I just heard a noise. What was that noise? Okay, moving on. So, Council of Minecraftia holds the bodies. Sorokoko, Korbuk. That's what I was on. I'm not used to doing this. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a narrative to explain, you know, what's going on. But this is a little difficult for me, folks. I apologize. I'm not used to doing this. I was told they would give me a script, but I'm not reading it because I don't like reading scripts. I prefer doing things the way I want to do things. But, yeah. The whole point of the Council of Minecraftia is... I don't like those cracks in the earth. The whole point of the Council of Minecraftia is to prevent international wars, incidents, and maintain human rights. Which leads me on to why I'm here in the village. So, the reason why I'm here in the in this village right here, the reason why an officer of Souvion military gets called in, is because there is a treaty that was signed back in 1953, the Treaty of Suvi Villages, back in 1953. And it's signed by most countries in the Council of Minecraftia, apart from, well, it's really only signed by the countries that have villages. One of them, which is, no, there's 2 of them now. The first one is Alicia. Alicia doesn't have any villages, not yet. They're thinking about it. And one country that is part of the Council of Minecraftia, but is very anti-village, is called Noricon, I believe. Yeah, Noricon. And they are very anti-village, so they're never going to get a village. So they didn't sign it. But any country that signs the treaty can contact the Council of Minecraftia if their villages are having problems beyond their control, or there's some issue going on, like an attack, or I'm gonna have to sleep here. Oh, I can't sleep right now. But if there's an attack, or there's an incident beyond control, or even a zombie siege or whatever, and even a zombie breakout, like what happened in the virus, like a breakout or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Then Souvion gets involved. Contact Souvion. Well, no, contact the treaty, the Council of Minecraftia, sorry, who contacts contact Souvion, and they usually send me because I actually specialized. Well, I am a military doctor, so I specialized in that, but also I have experience with dealing with crisis all the time. I was actually part of a war 2 years before I did the virus, and we had to deal with quite a bit of a crisis there. It was a viral crisis that was actually caused by terrorists. I think they were actually Illager terrorists. I think it was Vindicators, to be specific. Specifics are not that important, but if you want specifics, it was Vindicators who were causing a virus against the village, and we had to deal with that as quick as possible. So, yeah. And the treaty allows Souvion military members like myself diplomatic immunity and jurisdiction if a village is attacked or dealing with something beyond what the country can handle. I know, quite a mouthful, but that's just how it is. Alright. So, yeah, the Council of Minecraftia is actually, well, it's far away from here, but it's quite close to Souvion. It's about, well, where I'm at right now, it's about 50, I think it's about 500 kilometers away or something like that, but it's only about 55 kilometers away from Souvion. And our current leader has a seat in the assembly, the council assembly. And they basically they discuss certain things, certain outcomes, whatever, and they always do votes, which is a 2/3 majority thing. So any country, part of the Council of Minecraftia, can propose a vote, any vote at all. Maybe you want to bring a new country aboard as a new member. Well, there's nothing wrong with that as long as a 2/3 majority agrees. And I've never heard of votes being so close. It's either they're pretty polarized, the votes. It's either very for or very against. It's like very pro or very against. I've never seen a vote so close ever, which is very unheard of. But yeah, whatever. All right, I'm gonna grab some of this coal here, and then I will get right into this village right here. So this will be quite a long episode. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. I don't know. But whatever happens. So this village right here is the Village of Netheria. This is the oldest active village in Minecraftia, so in the world. There were villages before, but they never lasted longer than 10 years because something always happened. A disease outbreak, an attack, you name it. In fact, actually, I was given a history of the village right here in this notebook, so let me get into clear space where nothing spawns, nothing can attack me because I don't trust that cave over there. Let's read this. So, this is the history of the Village of Netheria. So the Village of Netheria is known as the oldest active village in Minecraftia. I've said this before, like I said, I'm just repeating myself here, just for the sake. Well, there were several villages before that, like Village, Ventrico, and Villanjo, which, by the way, those two countries still exist, believe it or not. Approximately 250 years before, they never survived longer than a decade due to several natural disasters that wiped them out. So storms, diseases, attacks, you name it. The Village of Netheria was formed circa 2173 before BCE, so before the Common Era, hundreds of years before the discovery and founding of Netheria in 1856 before the Common Era. The village is known for its resiliency, surviving several wars, hundreds of diseases, thousands of natural disasters for unknown reasons, including this one right here. This massive sinkhole earthquake, which I'll get to in a moment. This village was first formed after the founder's original village of 45 years was destroyed by a zombie siege. It was an unnamed village. That history doesn't seem to exist. The escaping villagers explored the land before arriving at a cherry grove. Seeking refuge, they gathered material from the forest and built their new village. For the first 150 years, the village was only for the villagers. There was no trading, and you'd be killed if you stole their resources. And then things changed as people began to settle around the area, and travelers and explorers coming in and out. So they opened up trading and started a booming, bartering economy. What happened to the rest of the text? Okay, the village has still been going strong even after a rare but powerful earthquake in 1176 Common Era. The earthquake split apart the earth and caused a massive sinkhole to form right here in the village. And all they did was they just rebuilt their houses and started... Yeah, they just kept going. It's amazing, isn't it? But it's been a debate for a while in many different countries, for hundreds, thousands of years. Not hundreds of thousands, hundreds to thousands of years. If that makes sense. Well, actually, that does make sense. I just word things poorly. And now I got to explore what happened. Well, the thing is, and this is something that's confusing me, is who called us? Who called Souvion and or the Council of Minecraftia, and who called them? Because there's nobody here. There's literally nobody here at all. This is bizarre. We might as well search in each of these houses and just see what's going on. Nothing under the bed. No, that's just part of the structure. Well, we've got some food in here. And we've got this. Beware. What the beware of our Set. I don't even know who that is. Oh, it's every page. Are you serious? It's every page? Page. You know what? I'm gonna hang on to this. Because I don't know what's going on here, and nor do I really want to know what's going on. Well, I do, but not this early. I'd rather just figure out what happened. Nope, nothing there. Beware. Oh, again? Really? Okay, well, I'm not even going to bother taking that. And I was told I was not allowed to take anything in the chest, either. This is not a zombie village like the virus. This is a real working village, and I want to be respectful. Because if the other village in the virus many years ago, that was a lost cause, then that was a lost cause. Alrighty. Oh dear, we've got a iron door. Oh, it's locked. Alright, I'm gonna need a key. Oh, wait, hold on. What kind of iron door is this? Is this... Don't tell me it's a cast iron door. Oh, son of... damn it, it is a cast iron door. Alright, so I can't use a button for that, unfortunately. I need a specific pressure plate for that. There's a pressure plate. It's a weighted pressure plate. It's the only thing that will work on cast iron doors. Damn. Well, these people, they take security seriously around here. And there's the... Is that the earth that split? Run over there. Oh, I hear a skeleton. Oh, that is. Wow. So it split here, but it stopped splitting there, which is kind of weird, but... Well, I can't say that was kind of weird, because then this happened, which was even more bizarre. No, nothing in here. Nothing in here, and nothing in here. Really, now I'm just looking for another book, like this one. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Areset. Aresket. I don't even know what that says. Something else that I also mentioned as well is this place is called Netheria because explorers back in whatever year it was of 1850s. Okay, so I think it was 1857 BCE, I believe. They actually found a oh, the animals are gone too. Damn, everything is gone. Well, the animals probably died. Now, how would they die? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a thunderstorm. I'm gonna sleep in their bed. Alright, I'll have to cut out here in a little bit. Sorry, folks. I just get a little lethargic here. Original explorers, when they found this place, when they were making Netheria, was pretty interesting because there was something about, they discovered, the history is wonky. I remember learning the history in school, and I remember reading like so many different history books on the village of Netheria and the founding of Netheria and everything, and it was it's very contradictory. There's one piece of history that says that it was called Netheria because they found this this ancient nether portal. Well, I shouldn't say ancient. They found a nether portal. The other piece of history say that these people actually created nether portals, like they invented them. And then another thing was that the villagers themselves actually created nether portals. They found nether portals. I don't know. The history is weird. It contradicts itself. It almost seems like somebody's rewriting history, which is a little bit bizarre, or making up their own history. I shouldn't say rewriting, making up their own history, which is a little bit bizarre. But yeah, I know I'm gonna run out of food pretty soon, and I don't have anything to eat, which is unfortunate. So they might not allow, and I don't want to steal their resources. I don't want to steal their hay bales or anything, so I might just have to cut their grass, get some seeds, and make some bread. And I might go off out back there a little bit and just find some more animals. And I might as well, actually. I'll probably do that in the next episode. So I'm gonna cut out here, folks. So thanks for watching. So I'll get back exploring this. I'm gonna explore around the area, find some animals, and get some food and whatever, and maybe get some animals, restore the animals back here if I can, which would be great, actually. Although I might have to take their resources, but I can easily just plant them back. There's no big deal there. So, yeah, I'm going to cut out here, folks. Thank you for watching.